Today I'm going to show you guys how to recreate one of our favorite Halloween pumpkins, the silhouette design here with the blended colors and the black silhouette all the way around. We are going to start by painting the inside orange, so that has a nice orange glow on the inside when you put a candle in there. So spread out some orange paint, take a yellow sponge, and then just sponge the paint and just kind of wipe it in there. Sponge it against the letters here so that you don't get any running over on the front side of the pumpkin. Now we're going to paint the outside, blending the blue and the green together. We're going to start with Blue Heaven. Squeeze some out on the palette there. I'm going to use 2 palettes just because we're going to use a lot of paint here. I don't want them to get too mixed up. So we're going to start with the green at the bottom and a fan brush, and you can just kind of pull the paint right up about halfway around the pumpkin. Once we have the green painted, then we'll just move right onto the blue. So just dip your new fan brush into the blue paint, and then you're going to paint the top half of the pumpkin. And once we get the blue on there, then we'll work on blending where they meet. Now we're going to work on blending where the 2 areas meet. So you can take your green paint and again just sort of put it right in the middle section there. And we're going to do sections at a time so that it doesn't dry too much in the process. So once you have your green on there, just go ahead and switch to your blue brush and then just kind of blend it into the green paint. So you can see how they kind of start to blend and mix a little bit, which is exactly what you want to happen. After we have the blended background on the main part of the pumpkin, we're going to move on to the lid and paint this portion of it blue here and then the leaves and stem black. So we'll start with the blue. And you can use your fan brush for this also. And it'll edge up really nicely. If you get it on the leaves, it's fine because we're working with black on the leaves, which will cover up any blue paint. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we're going to move on to the black on the leaves. You want to make sure you're using 3 coats of paint when you're doing the black, just to make sure that it's nice and solid. Now we're going to sketch on our scene here. I'm just going to draw the bottom line all the way around, and then you can just add your tree and your bats and some little pumpkins. So we'll put a bat here. And this is just to kind of give you a guideline of where you're going to place things. So we'll put some pumpkins there. Alright. So once we have our design kind of sketched on just roughly around the pumpkin, so now we'll take the black fun writer and start filling in the areas we've drawn on. So the whole design on the pumpkin is created with the fun writer, just drawing the design and then using the fun writer to fill it in. The cool thing about this project is that there's really no wrong way to do it, no wrong design, and the lines don't have to be perfect either, so just kind of go for it and it'll turn out looking cool no matter what. Now that we've painted our design all around the pumpkin, we're going to take a liner brush and some black paint and just go right over the letters on the name here. Once we've painted on the letters, we're going to take a toothbrush and some black paint, and we're going to add some splatter to the pumpkin. So this will add some small splatter, and you just want to go around the whole thing. And then to get some of the bigger splatters, we're going to use a fan brush. We're just going to water the paint down a tiny bit. You just want to just maybe dip your brush in the water and then put it in the paint. And then you're just going to fling the paint right onto the pumpkin. And that'll give you bigger splatters. So while the splatter is drying, we're just going to paint the bottom onto our pumpkin there. You can just use the black paint and the fan brush to create that line around the base of the pumpkin. Now we're down to the finishing details on our pumpkin. We're going to take the Black Lab Fun Writer and just add some details to the eyes with just some quick lines, messy lines. You'll also want to do this around the letters in the mouth. And then on the lid as well. So around where the leaves are. Now that we've added all the black Fun Writer details to our pumpkin, we're going to take the white puffy paint and just trace over the black letters on the name. If you get any breaks in your lines, just add a dot. Okay, our silhouette pumpkin is all finished, and we'll put it in the kiln, and when it comes out, it'll be looking just like this one.